In the book 1984, the world is in a state of chaos and in constant war. Big Brother tells the people of Oceania, war is peace. To have peace, one must get rid of the problem, and oftentimes, that problem is another country. The history of the United States, our country, starts with a war, as just about every country does. We see our United States government leaders use war and missiles to keep others in the place we want them to be. President Ronald Reagan served his term during the 1980s, and he called his special missiles peacekeepers. We have weapons called peacemakers, guns, used for centuries now, and they are all designed to kill. While getting rid of a troubling country could create peace, but wouldn't the need of slaughtering an onset of people mean it is not peaceful? During the 1960s, the Vietnam War spread to involve the United States. Soldiers were ordered to drop bombs on villages. Who were in these villages? Soldiers of our enemies? Maybe. But certainly there were innocent civilians. Women, children, and men were killed as those opposing bombed anywhere was a chance of the enemy residing. 1984 seems like a world so corrupt, perhaps we could never quite get there as a country. But while we might never have a thought police in our world, this world, our country, right now, seems to have taken on the idea that war creates peace. When our country was attacked in 2001, we attacked back. We have kept our soldiers there since then, 19 years later. While this act was not officially an act of war, ask any soldier who has served in the line of fire during these past 19 years, and they can tell you, an official title makes no difference. War is peace means we wipe out the others. War is peace means we don't see the others as equals. War is peace means we don't see them as people. War is peace means we don't see them as humans. War is peace might just be the newspeak so many of us have accepted to be truth. We have convinced ourselves there is no other way. Will believing this lead us to a world of 1984?
In 1984, one of the official Orwellian sayings is freedom is slavery. The government used phrases like this as a mind control mechanism over society. Freedom is slavery made the people of Oceania believe that separation or independence from society would not lead to success in life. This phrase was a way for the government to keep the people in their place, to keep them simple-minded and not have any wandering thoughts. In 1984, the government was able to instill in the people's minds that separation would be unsuccessful. Anyone who thought outside of the box was to be taken away and tortured. Only simple minds were allowed, and they made sure the people were to stay like this, so they kept order in Oceania. Freedom is slavery also let Oceania's citizens believe that freedom will create mass chaos. The people stayed within these boundaries, or else they were told chaos would come upon their society. The people of Oceania were stuck in their own bodies, not able to explore what the mind could reach or imagine. They weren't able to learn of anything further than what they were told. Truly, they were trapped inside their bodies, which were trapped inside the society. Oceania was enslaved to Big Brother. Overall, this Orwellian saying leads people to believe that if they are enslaved to these strict government orders, then hardship or struggle will not come upon them. Orwell's freedom of slavery can be compared to this era's brainwashing caused by social media. Social media has a large influence on the way we think and the way we go about our daily lives. But society is so blind to realize the toll it is taking on us. Just like in 1984, freedom of slavery is another way to control minds. In modern times, social media is controlling how we go about our lives.
There are 3 phrases that are consistently used throughout the novel. One of those prophetic sayings is ignorance is strength. What is ignorance? Ignorance is having a lack of information about a certain subject. In reference to the novel, this is described via the vicious cycle of hierarchy in which Orwell explains that the world will never progress past the class pyramid, as new people will rise to the top and be superior once again. Now, what does this have to do with the Newspeak of today? Well, this explanation is a fantastic representation of the ignorance many people ensue within their lives. For instance, many are familiar with today's politics, specifically our incumbent President Donald Trump. President Trump is known to have an immense following of supporters who believe his statements such as "stop the count," as he is a respected source of information for them. Notice how I said respected, but not reliable. You see, respect plays a giant role in how ignorance is woven with today's newspeak, as respect is given in two ways. It is earned, or it is given out of fear. In the first situation, it is given from circumstances and can make people biased and ignorant of any other source due to their loyalty to their current source. And in the second situation, like in North Korea in 1984, give their respect out of fear to salvage the sliver of freedom that they have been given, thus acting ignorant to their situation. Overall, ignorance has been an occurrence within our historical and modern history, as many use ignorance as a means to listen to what they want to hear. 1984 is a prime example of how newspeak never disappears from society, it simply evolves.
War is peace.
Freedom is slavery.
Ignorance is strength.
War is peace.
Is freedom is slavery.
Ignorance
is
is strength.
Freedom is slavery.
Ignorance
War
is
is
strength.
peace.
Freedom is slavery.
Ignorance is
Freedom is
strength.
slavery.
War is
Ignorance
peace.
is strength.
War
Freedom
is
is slavery.
peace.
Ignorance
War
is
is
strength.
peace.
Freedom is slavery.
Ignorance is
War
strength.
is
Freedom is
peace.
slavery.
Ignorance is
Freedom is
strength.
slavery.
War is peace.
Ignorance is
Freedom is
strength.
slavery.
War is
Ignorance is
peace.
strength.
Big Brother is watching you.
Garcia, Ginnett.
Christina Gregason.
Cassandra K. Gomez.